Hi, welcome to all of you. In this particular video, I am going to explain maxima and minima for multivariate function, and then we will test critical point, whether that critical point is maxima or minima or saddle point by second derivative test, and then we will see one example to find out maxima and minima. That will be local maxima and local minima. This is called relative maxima and relative minima. In next video, I will explain how to find out the global maxima and global minima along with local maxima and local minima. But in this particular video, let's concentrate on how to find out the local maxima and local minima, or relative maxima or relative minima. So you can see this particular picture. So I have given three pictures here. So let's suppose this is first, this one second, and this one third. So I'm just telling you now what all these pictures explain. I will explain all these concept in this video later. So this picture is nothing but a saddle point. So this picture explain that about saddle point. So what is saddle point actually? I will explain in detail. So if you differentiate partial derivative with respect to x, let's suppose this is the partial derivative with respect to x, and this is the critical point, this particular one. So here, if you see here, it is first decreasing and then increasing, and if you differentiate with respect to y, so if you can see here, it is first increasing and then decreasing. So wherever this scenario happens, this critical point would be the saddle point, because one partial derivative is actually first decreasing and then increasing, and another partial derivative with respect to y first increasing then decreasing. So here it is decreasing, increasing, here it is increasing and then decreasing. So this particular critical point is called saddle point, and this graph represents the saddle point. Come to the second picture here. This particular graph is taking the maxima at this point and the minima at this point. So this is the critical point. First of all, we have to find out the critical point, and then we have to test whether that critical point is the relative maxima or relative minima or saddle point or global maxima or global minima, or whether it is defined or not. So this could be a scenario also that critical point is not defined also. So that I will also explain with a diagram. And in this third picture, you can see here, this is the picture of mountain. At this point, it is taking maxima, this is also taking maxima, this is also taking maxima. So these all are local maxima, but if you see among these three, this seems global maxima. So if this function is defined within this domain, so we can say that this particular function taking global maxima. So let's proceed and see. So let's compare the one variable and two variables. So as I have explained my previous video, if you have a one independent variable, you need two dimension, one more than the independent variable to graph a function. If you have a two variable, then you should have a three dimension. So always one more than the independent variable. So let's see this comparison of one variable and two variable. So the relative maxima is a peak of curve in one variable. So in one variable always we have a curve actually. This is x and this is y. So relative maxima is a peak of curve. Peak of curve is nothing but a critical point. So it will be always either here or here. In three dimension, the relative maxima is a peak of surface. So point to be noted here, the peak of surface would be in three dimension and the peak of curve would be in two dimension given by critical point. So the critical point is given by where f dash x is 0. So if you see this particular graph, let's suppose this is the graph. So at this point only the slope would be 0. The first derivative, if you equate to 0 and find out all the possible value of x for this particular place, so this is nothing but a critical point where it will take either maxima or minima or saddle point. So that we will have to identify by second derivative test for in case of 3 dimension. So, or where f dash is undefined also. So this the undefined case could be like that. So if the function is like that and then it is taking sharp turn here. So at this point also a critical point, but the function is not differentiable at this point. So the function is undefined here. And the critical point could be inflection point also. So we have seen in 1 dimension. So this is actually an inflection point y equal to x cube. So here also we have a critical point, but this is showing the inflection point. Here we do not have either relative max or relative mean. So this is nothing but an inflection point. Similarly, if you come here in this 2 dimension also, critical point is given by the first derivative only, but the condition is that the partial derivative of f with respect to x and the partial derivative of f with respect to y must be 0 at same point. So here we have one independent variable. So if you in one variable, so if you differentiate that function equate to 0, then you can find out the x value. Here you have to equate both the partial derivative with 0 at the same point, then only we can find out the critical point. So what is the actual meaning of that? So if you let's suppose differentiate this function with respect to x and with respect to y, and at this point is the critical point. So we have to equate and find out both the partial derivative with 0, and then we will get x and y value. If you have a 4th dimension, then we will have a 3 x and y values, x, y and z. Here also the critical point can be undefined or saddle point. So here you can see here that this is the saddle point where one partial derivative with respect to x is first increasing and then decreasing, and another partial derivative with respect to y is first increasing and then decreasing here. So both the partial derivative is not in the same direction. That's why we are saying that the this is saddle point. How to find out the relative max, relative mean and the saddle point? So you can see here where both partial derivative with respect to x and partial derivative with respect to y are changing from positive to negative, or we can say that from increasing to decreasing. When to say that that particular critical point is relative mean? The relative mean, we can say that where both partial derivative with respect to x and the partial derivative with respect to y are changing from negative to positive. Point to be noted here, the both partial derivatives should be there, otherwise it will be saddle point or not defined. So here it is taking from negative to positive, or you can say this negative decreasing to increasing. Then we can say that that critical point is taking relative mean. Saddle point, as I have already explained you, where one partial derivative is going from positive to negative, that means from increasing to decreasing, and another partial derivative going from negative to positive, that means from decreasing to increasing. So you can see here this is, and this is going down. So this is first decreasing, increasing, here it is increasing and then decreasing. So that's why we are saying this critical point as a saddle point. So as I have already told you that we have to do the second derivative test to identify that, which we have already found out by doing the first derivative and equating to 0 x and y value. Now we have to decide that x and y value, which is a critical point, is a relative max or relative mean or a saddle point. So for to identify that 3 points, we have to do the second derivative test. So what is the second derivative test? So if you see here, f double dash, so this is the second derivative. So you can see, you can write it like that, f double dash x and y is equal to second derivative of f with respect to x, second derivative of f with respect to y, minus second derivative of x with respect to x and y. So first you do with respect to x and then you do again with respect to y, the first derivative, and then here first do y and then x. I will explain this thing with example. So finally what we can get it, this is the first derivative with respect to x, second derivative with respect to x, second derivative with respect to y, and this one. So we have a function f, we have a first derivative of function f and double derivative of function f. If this function is continuous and differentiable, then these two terms would be equal. So differentiate with respect to x first and then again with respect to y, and if you differentiate with respect to y first and then differentiate with respect to x, both value would come equal. So since it is coming equal, so we are just squaring it. So let's suppose this is x and this is x, so it is x square. So that's why we are squaring it. So this is the second derivative equation here. By using this equation, we have to put it that critical point inside this second derivative, and we need to check whether this particular equation is giving greater than 0 or less than 0 or equal to 0. So when we have a greater than 0, we have a two scenario. So when we have a greater than 0, we have to test this particular term, second derivative of f with respect to x on that point AB is greater than 0, then we can say that that critical point AB gives relative mean. If it is giving greater than 0 and this particular term, partial derivative or second derivative of f with respect to x on point AB is less than 0, then we can say that this particular point AB, which is critical point, gives relative max. And when you get this is less than 0, this function is giving less than 0, then this particular point AB is nothing but a saddle point. And if this function is giving, this particular equation is giving equal to 0, that means it is still inconclusive. We still need more information to decide this. So I hope you would have understood this formula here. So by using this one, we will be doing the second derivative test to identify the critical point is relative mean, max. Okay, so let us see one example to find out the relative max, relative mean, and the saddle point. So as we have seen the formula to find out the second derivative test, so this is the step actually. So first of all, we have to find out the first partial derivative with respect to x and y, and then equate to 0. So when you equate to 0 for the two variable, you will get a two equation, and then find the critical point. Then do the second partial derivative and then plug this critical point to the second derivative, and then apply the formula to test whether that particular critical point is relative mean, max, or saddle point. So this is the function here. So let's do that, solve this one first. So what we have to do, we have to find out the first derivative, first partial derivative with respect to x, then first partial derivative with respect to y, then second with respect to x, and second partial derivative with respect to y, and then d2f del of x and del of y. So let's try to find out all four, because we have to put that value inside this equation. So what is this first derivative of f with respect to x? That will come 4x minus 2. I'm just applying the partial derivative concept, and equate to 0, and this will come 6y, because this is constant if you do this one, because when you do the partial derivative of f with respect to y, wherever the x is there, we have to consider constant. So 2 is constant, x is constant, this is 0. Here 6y, this would be constant, here minus 6, and this is constant 0. So equate to 0. So this is first equation, this is second equation. From here, if you solve it, you will get x equal to 3, and if you solve here, you will get y equal to 1. So xy value is nothing but 3 and 1, and this is the critical point where we will be finding whether this particular critical point is relative max, mean, or saddle point. So now let's find the second derivative, second partial derivative. So with respect to x means we have to differentiate this one again with respect to x. So if you differentiate with respect to x, so you will get it 4 here, because x power 1 is nothing but 1, so this is 4 and this is constant. If you differentiate this one with respect to y again, so you will get it 6. And as I said to you that this second derivative of f with respect to x, do the first with respect to x, and then again the same you do with respect to y. So let's take this one, we have done the first derivative, this is the first derivative. So let's differentiate this one with respect to y. So if we will differentiate this one with respect to y, wherever x is there, that would be constant. So that means this is constant, this is constant, and this is constant, so this will come 0. And again, if you do this one also, as I said to you that this second derivative of f with first x and y equal to second derivative of second derivative of partial derivative of f, y and x. So I have done it, this one we have done it with respect to x, and then again we have done it with respect to y. Here we have done the first derivative with respect to y. If you do with respect to x again, this will be constant, this will be constant, this will give you again 0. So both are same, that's why we have squaring it here in formula. So now test this one with the formula. So what we have to do it now, in d put it the value is this one, x and y, which is nothing but 3 and 1. So this one we got it 4, this one is nothing but 6, and minus 0 square, so this is 24. So this is greater than 0. So if you see here, so if you get this one, if you put the x and y value in this function, if it is greater than 0, then we have to test one of these two terms, any one of them, and see by putting this AB whether it is greater than 0 or less than 0. If it is greater than 0, that means it gives you relative mean, and less than 0 relative max. So let's see that. So here this particular partial derivative, second derivative of f with respect to x, so this one 4 is greater than 0. So that means this is relative minima, this particular point, and the function value will be the relative minimum value if you put this 3 and 1. So I hope you would have understood with this example how to find out the local maxima, local minima, what is the saddle point, where the function is undefined. If you have any question, please put it in comment box. I will try to answer as much as possible. Thank you for now.